Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Dab Sports. I know you've been wondering where we at. Well, we here. Uh, you know the vibes, like, comment, subscribe. But let's go on and get to it. Y'all been waiting long enough. The Panthers, we did it again. When we win, we get your coach fired. When we lose, we make your team fight. So either way, you don't want to play it. So you got me, D, Adam, Brandon, Dab Sports. So we can go and start with Bryce Young. Brandon Young. Uh, what's your thought on this last game versus the old Eagles?
Um, Another winnable game. We should have won. We really should be on a 3-no win streak or 3-game win streak right now. It's just the little things that bad teams lose at. We like Coach Canales kind of said it's in the details. We lost within the details, just little stuff, the penalties, the kicks, things like that, the drops. X had a big drop as we know. So it's definitely another winnable game that I feel like we should have won. And a lot of times winning in those minutes and those final 3-4 minutes, the witching hours they say on the red zone, those separate the good teams from the bad teams. And clearly we're not ready yet to win those close games like that. But we will soon enough. But I mean, I like the fight. It's definitely another winnable game, but we gotta clean some things up.
Yeah, yeah. I, I, to me, it shows how much we need Coker. Like Leggett, he needs to work on the jug machine. Like he has some key drops. I had put in the group chat like I saw Ted again flashback. So yeah, that's yeah, Nick Coker back, and we yeah, that's kind of what I saw from that. What I was saying was with Coker, like not having Coker there was much needed. Um, the GOAT missed a couple kicks. Yeah, that's tough. But I really like what I saw from the defensive coordinator the past two games going back to the Chiefs. Like he seems to be a little more aggressive with blitzing. Like our defense is playing a lot better if you look at from who was a doormat the first few weeks to now, like these past 2 weeks, like he's looking out there kind of like a young Todd Bowles with the aggressiveness for his attacking the ball, blitzing the ball. So yeah, I'm definitely been liking what I've been seeing on the defensive side. And if we can just get Big Coker back, we'll be all right and let Leggett, go to practice and work on the jug machines a little bit. Because we could have won that if he called it, even with the missed kick.
100%. I mean, I feel like you made a good point about the defense. It's crazy because I don't really know what to make of it. It's like I can guarantee you half of these dudes that are playing this year are not going to be starters or even big contributors once we get healthy and address things during free agency. So it's like, I guess really we should be rooting for our defensive coordinator to just show us that he can man a good defensive system, which he's been doing. So that has been a bright spot. Because like I said, I was literally thinking about that next game. I always send Carter like the Michael Jackson gif or whatever once Mike Jack make a big play. And I was like, this dude's probably not even going to be on our team next year. You know what I'm saying? But it was still good. I'm glad we got, like y'all boys both touched on it, man. It's like nothing but fight coming from the boys. That was the best part. It's bittersweet to lose these games, but at the end of the day, we still are not like a good team, like you said, Carter. So the fact that we're showing fight and it's like we're progressing without getting wins, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So we're still progressing. We're not getting the wins, but we're still we're keeping our draft status so we can still address the things we want. And, as far as your GOAT's fate, I mean, I told Carter he is single-handedly trying to secure us a top 5 pick. So like I don't know if that's why you're making him the GOAT, is because what he's doing for the team. He clearly loves Carolina, but the holdout this offseason was a complete joke. Okay, a complete joke. And I have a clip on my phone. I literally kept this clip because I had a feeling that he was going to do something like this season, where I kept the clip where he was like, oh yeah, this is going to be the best season of my career. That is 100% false. This is only his third season, right? Or
Yeah. But
third.
I mean, he's still top 5 most accurate kicker. So
Yeah, but it's slipping. Trust me, it's slipping. I mean, he might not be.
man,
And probably the only reason he does have it right now is because I don't know what's going on with them old heads at the top of the league, like the Justin Tuckers and them. They falling off a little bit, but yeah, man. Overall, back to us. Overall, I did like the progression. Of course, I like Bryce once again. Is showing us Bama Bryce. He's out there making plays. I had full confidence in that last drive that he was gonna at least put us in scoring position. I texted Carter right before the drive and was like, I believe in Bryce. That's exactly what I texted him. And he went down there and he proved me right, man. So I don't know about you, Spate, but I'm feeling more and more comfortable about saying, like, giving Bryce another year to see, like, yo, can he take this and, like, see if he can take it to another level before we just cut ties with him. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. So that leads into another question of, so if we go next 5 years, Ken being like maximum confident, which is Patrick Mahomes, those guys, over the next 5 years, how confident that you have your quarterback for at least 5 years? I'm not saying 10, for the next 5 years, from one being, hey, he need to be gone after the end of the season, 10 being, yo, don't even worry about it, pay the man now. What would y'all be at?
I mean, so you saying pretty much through his rookie contract, or are you saying are we re-signing him after his rookie contract? Is that the question? Pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah. You're
If we're gonna
signing
re-sign him after, so ride him out through the rookie contract, and then are we gonna re-sign him after his rookie deal? If
Yeah,
he showed me
yeah,
enough to
basically.
see that.
Yeah.
That's a hard question, but I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. Like, I mean, he by far. We're not getting rid of bruh now without through he's earned the right to ride it out through his rookie deal, like at bare minimum, bro. Like, he's a first round pick. He's at least riding out his rookie deal at bare minimum. So that's what, 4 years, so 4 or 5 years or whatever. Yeah, I think he's earned the right to do that. He showed me enough to do that so far. Yeah.
I don't know about that, Carter. I think, and I'm a Bryce fan, but, like, I think he earned, his rookie deal will be another 3 years. I feel like any quarterback in the position he's in, you're a top pick, you have to at least, he hasn't shown enough where I feel like he's already, you can say, I mean, he lost his job. I mean, he just got his job back. What was that, 5 games ago? I mean, I can't say already that he's locked in for the next 3. I can say that if next year he takes another step and we win, like, we can show a plus in our win totals. I can guarantee you, bro, if we would go like another 3-14 or something, or 3-13, excuse me, and he or I was right, 3-14. He's not gonna, then the conversation is gonna start right back again, because he's not coming out the wins. I just don't know. I mean, you saw Tua the year that your man's Flores wanted to get rid of him. What, they go 8-9? You know what I'm saying? I feel like, when you're undersized like that, you don't have like all the elite tools. Dudes are looking for a reason to maybe move on and find another bigger, faster, stronger guy. And, he had such a bad first season and such a bad, rough start to this season. I just feel like, for me, as much as I do believe in him right now, I still feel like if I was working in the front office, I would want to see at least starting next season an 8 to 10 week sample size of him being good, playing good football, at least.
Yeah. I, I would say he's definitely earned next year. And that's mostly because this isn't a great quarterback draft. You got Shador at the top. And I think we're not going to catch the Raiders for the number 1 pick. So the Raiders are going to take him. So I think he's earned next year. But if the next draft class is good, like, and we got a chance to upgrade, I say upgrade. I don't think there's no scenario he's a long-term answer, just because I don't want Kirk Cousins. I don't want that level of quarterback. And so far, his right now, from what I see, his peak is their peak. And you can't win with a Kirk, a Dak. Like, if you look at the past 8 or 9 Super Bowls, you have to go all the way back to the year we lost to Peyton Manning to find a game manager who won a Super Bowl. Like, outside of that, it's been all elite quarterbacks, elite arms to win. And the only other person you can argue in there is Nick Foles. But he had like a Jimmy Butler type run for 2 years, where in the playoffs he just turned Big Dick Nick for 2 years. So there was like, you need that to win, and I'd rather us going to keep him for next year, build in the draft. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to get Travis or Shador, because Jacksonville is going to take him, because they're probably going to have a higher pick than us, because we're just playing better, and they starting Mac Jones right now. So I say just continue to build a roster, plug in holes, add depth, and go ahead and find that really good quarterback, because San Fran has showed us you can have an elite roster, but if you got just a guy at quarterback, you can make it to the Super Bowl, but you ain't gonna win it. And we seen them do it with Brock and Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, you gotta have a killer.
I would argue.
We haven't even got to the playoffs, so we might want to work on that first.
Oh no, but so I don't want to be Cowboys. I don't want to be the Vikings. Like, I'd rather us be. This is just me as a fan. I'd rather us be bad and stockpile like that than just be a middle of the road team. Like, I don't want to be what the Atlanta Hawks was in the NBA. Like, just man,
it's not going to be that many. My whole thing is, it's like, how many elite quarterbacks are in the league at any given time? So it's just like, you gotta. If that's the case, what you're saying is really only 5 teams, 5 or 6 teams that can really win each year. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's all I'm saying.
I don't think that's true. I feel like if you do have a guy like to me, the best proof of concept is the young quarterback. So we have a quarterback on his rookie deal. We have a 3-year window right now. We're behind the 8 ball, obviously, but we have a 3-year window right now to try to make this roster as elite as possible, so that the year right before, Bryce is having to sign, that should be like, the last part of our window where he has basically like an embarrassment of riches. Obviously it's hard to do that when we're not signing like a whole bunch of free agents. Nobody wants to come to Carolina. So it's, we're really having to build through the draft and stuff like that. So I don't really know if that is realistic for us, but I do feel like that's the other side to it, is if you don't have one of those elite guys, you have a really, really solid quarterback, which Bryce is showing he's probably going to be that. And then you stack up the defense. You play, make the defense A1 and elite. You get top tier skill positions around them, which we're starting to build that. So I can't count us out. Like, say for example, this year, if we had a good team this year, the NFC is almost wide open. Detroit is head and shoulders above everybody, but I'm saying, like, between the next tier of guys, Green Bay's, the Rams and teams like that, the NFC can be had this year. I don't think it's going to take a superhero to get out of the NFC.
Yeah, I agree with that, but
take a superhero to beat them Lions.
Say it again.
I said it might take a superhero to beat them Lions.
But that's what I was about to say. Like, I think we've seen NFC teams make it to the Super Bowl, but when you go against those guys, like, those guys are going to eliminate. Like, it's going to, like, the only quarterback recently to win for the NFC was Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford has arguably the best arm in the NFL. Like, it takes one of those killers to win, and to just say, well, let's just build around Bryce and see what we can do. Like, bro,
it's not build around Bryce
in the current NFL. Yes,
at the end of the day, though, if y'all really think about it, based off y'all logic, they're saying he wouldn't make it through his rookie deal. If you say y'all both say we're gonna have him next year, which would be his 3rd year. So really, the 5th year is an option. So y'all saying we would cut him in his 4th year? That really wouldn't make any sense, because he wouldn't be. It would make. He wouldn't. We have his 5th year option, so it's really like, are we gonna pick up his 5th year option or not? That would really be the question. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, I'm assuming both of y'all would say no to pick up his 5th year option.
Right now?
Yeah.
We gave up so much for him.
You mean like right this second?
No, I'm saying, so if we was breaking down the question, I'm like, when you're a 1st round pick, you get the 5th year option, because that's why we traded up to get X or whatever, and to get that 5th year option. So based off that, it's really like, are we willing enough? Have we seen enough for us to pick up his 5th year option for real? when
Right.
you
And
really think about it like that.
all I was
Because
saying
he's clearly going to start next year.
yeah. But all I
So
was
it's really
saying
come
Carter,
down
was
to that 4th year. I'm not
only thing
muted.
I was saying, Carter, was I understand what you're saying about the 5th year option. I was just saying in general, regardless of what we gave up, I mean, it's not regardless of what we gave up to get him, because that does matter. But I'm just saying, if he doesn't show us anything next year, and I was talking about next year, I feel like he's definitely earned to play next year. But if he doesn't play well next year, I don't think he has earned where we're just going to guarantee pick up his 5th year option. In my opinion, if you're wrong on a pick, you don't double down on it and just be like, well, we gave up all this stuff to get him. Let's see what happens. If I'm talking like if he regresses again, I'm not talking about if he at least looks this. If he keeps at least the same level of play like he's playing right now, then I don't see a scenario we don't pick up the option. But I'm just saying if he regresses, because we have seen some bad Bryce. So if anything happens, he loses confidence again. We realize that if we lose this current the way our O-line is currently constructed, if we lose that and he takes another step back, I just think that that'll raise some concerns, and we won't. It's not a guarantee that we pick up that 5th year option. So I mean, I don't know. I definitely don't think we would be cutting him. I think he does have a somewhat of a leash. He definitely has all next year, depending on how it looks. But it's going to be a decision to be made going into that 4th year for sure.
Yeah,
I can agree with it.
I don't think he'll be cut. He'll probably just be traded. But it also depends on if we have another better option coming. But we've seen, like I said, once again, just in recent NFL, Baker had a better first 4 years, made it playoffs twice. But the first opportunity they saw someone to be better, they did it. The Rams, Goff took them to the Super Bowl. The first opportunity they saw someone who was better, they did it. Like, just picking the 5th year option up just because he ain't a bust no more, or he doesn't appear to be a bust. He's having a few good games where there's no pressure, which that's the other thing too, is like we're not taking into account of right now he's playing with house money. Let's see how he starts off next season when we're trying to
I can't say he's playing with house money. The man lost his job already once.
Yeah, he's playing for his career,
a lot of
man.
pressure on bro.
Yeah, I mean, if he, like we just talked about it, he's playing for his career. He could be Josh Rosen. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dad gonna get traded. If that doesn't work, the team who didn't draft him, if he gets traded there and it doesn't work, bro, he might be out the league, bro. He's only 5'10 and a half. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I think he was playing
the
for his
coaching staff
NFL
that
life,
drafted
bro.
him or the GM that drafted him.
So the reason why I say house money is me and you and multiple Panther fans I know all go, well, I'm glad we didn't win because, like, at the end of the day, we're not really playing to win. Like, don't get it wrong, the team and coaches are trying to win, but if we don't win, hey, we gave a good effort. Like, we're not still in the playoff hunts or anything.
Yeah.
I think next year would say more to, like, all right, you starting it. There's expectations. What can you do?
Yeah.
When he was a rookie with expectations, he was a bust. Right now, Bryce is playing with zero expectations. I get he's playing for his life, but we know expectations change the way people act. Right now, he has no expectations.
No,
I don't agree with that because you hate temper more than anybody, and it's always whether we go to the playoffs or not. Your job's always on the line in our building, so it don't really it don't. We really have different expectations. Our organization is ran completely different than any other organization in there. So whether we make the playoffs or not, shit, motherfuckers will still lose their job in 10-win seasons with temper. You never know. So every Sunday is an audition for us for him.
Yeah.
Well, I'm always gonna agree with anything you say negative about temper. So you got it.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I definitely think it's the verbiage that you use there is key, because if you're talking about pressure, I do believe he has some pressure on him. Have the expectations dropped 100%? You know what I mean? Because I mean, all of us, even me and Carter, who like really like Bryce, we were even kind of down on him for a little bit because we weren't seeing any progression. So his expectations have changed. We're looking at him like he's the number one pick. But at the same time, we're keeping it in the back of our mind. We already know what we've seen, and we know it's a possibility that, he might not be good. I feel like at this point, bro, I'm pretty confident he's going to be a solid quarterback. I don't know what his ceiling is, but I'm pretty confident he's going to be at least solid. So,
yeah, it's just hard for me to say he has any expectations outside of temper being a wild card, just because Like, he didn't earn his job back. He just, somebody got in a car
Yes.
wreck, and that's how he got it back. It wasn't like, oh, he's killing in practice, let's put him back out there. It was, well, shit, he hurt. Let's see what you got.
Right.
Like, that's how
Yeah,
he
but
got
he
his
easily
job
could have
back.
lost it too with that situation. I mean, you got to play who available, but like that's not saying he would have stayed being that same quarterback. Had he came out there and looked the same way he had looked, I mean, whether
Yeah.
Andy got in a car accident or not, he would have put Andy right back in.
Yeah, he had to go out there and perform. I mean, that's no question. He had to go out there and perform. But yeah, I mean, it really was like God ordained, because if he hadn't that going, I just don't see a way. If Andy had I don't know, maybe eventually Bryce would have got back in. I really don't know what the coach's plans were, because it's not like Andy was blowing teams away. We only had gotten one win with Andy, so it's not like we were such a better team. I mean, we actually did. Once Bryce got back in, our team took another step up. It was like when Bryce was playing at the beginning of the season, we were at level 0, and Andy probably took us to level 1. You know what I'm saying? And then Bryce just upped it a little bit more after that. So I mean, our team definitely looks better now with him back at the helm. So
Yeah, and I think that's because it goes back to no expectations. Like, you can just see Bryce. He doesn't seem like he has that pressure of being a number 1 pick on his face on the sideline. Like, he looks joyful. He looks carefree, and I think that comes from not having expectations. So he just let me go. Like, he's not, hey, I can't turn this ball over. He's actually throwing the ball downfield, which was my biggest knock against him. Like, he's letting that thing go,
I don't
and
think that
his
got anything to do
receivers
with.
are letting him down.
I don't think that got anything. I don't think he's playing freer because of expectations. I think he learned from Andy and sitting back, and now he really see how the
100%.
offense goes.
Yeah, me
And
too.
the O line is playing phenomenal right now too. And we opened up a running game, so it's a lot of factors of him playing freer now. I can't
Absolutely.
really say that
I mean, you heard
expectations
Coach
is the number
said,
1 factor for that.
yeah, Coach said that his processing has been elite since day one. Like, in terms of, he gets to the line and he knows he already knows how to break down a deep, or what the defense is. But what he was having trouble doing was the command of the offense. He said putting people in the right position, checking the audibles, anything like that. And I feel like he got a chance to see Andy do it and be in complete command of the offense. He probably can check to all the same things Andy can check to. He had just never done it before. And you know what I mean?
I,
I just feel like he's gotten better. He's gotten better with his processing. And the coach has admitted that they've gotten better too. I mean, that's the past 2 weeks has been real evident. We've been getting plays out late to him. And Canales said in his presser, he gives them like 2 and 3 plays to choose from. And so if he's giving them 2 and 3 plays to choose from, and he's getting them late, I just don't understand how he can be, how he can get everybody lined up, look at the defense, decide which play is going to be best for him, if he's getting to play with 18 seconds on the clock or something like that. 15 seconds on the clock. I don't know. We got to do better as a team.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree with you there. Like, I would say this past game, the team let Bryce down more than Bryce let the team down. So I will say all that, but I'm still, I mean, I watch a lot of basketball, football. Like, I've seen just too many teams where they're down 30 and all of a sudden people become superstars because you're out of it. So it's the carefreeness of it. And to not see, I guess maybe I'm not going to see that, but we're out of the playoffs. He's already been benched. Like, yeah, so, but I mean, he's playing well. He's doing what he needs to do. And if the boys outside of Thielen can hold on to the ball, yeah, we might, have a win or two extra. But at the end of the day, we still better off for it, in my opinion, because we get a higher draft pick.
If Eddie can make kicks, bro, what are you talking about?
Hey, leave my goat alone. Leave my goat alone.
We wouldn't have even been in some of these situations, bro. I just stop it. Okay, like,
leave my goat alone. Leave my goat alone. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Come on, Eddie.
But we got another horrible team coming up, the Cowboys, and what has to be a winnable game. What do y'all think about this game coming up? What you got, Brandon Young? I know you probably got Bryce throwing for 500, 8 touchdowns.
Nah, but I got us winning, and it's crazy we're not underdogs in this game on the betting line, so that's cool. I got us winning 23-14. Cooper Rush cannot score in the red zone at all. So unless they get big explosive plays, I think we'll be straight. I don't know what officiating crew is on this game, and if they're gonna let him get handsy a little bit with Horn on the outside. Is Horn gonna play? Or I know he left the game early. I just thought about that. He been active this week. I haven't even double checked. But
I ain't check either. I should have looked.
as long as Horn play and the refs ain't calling it super tight, they let him get physical with CD Lamb. I think, you know what I'm saying, I think we'll be straight. And they can only really score with explosive plays. So yeah, I think we'll be able to do what we need to do against the Cowboys, man. We'll keep this rolling. We'll finally actually get us a dub.
Yeah, he was, just to let you know, he was limited at practice. They still don't know yet. So
okay. Yeah, Mike Jack on him. We might be on long day.
Might be a long Sunday, boy.
Zone. No disrespect to Mike Jack. You playing great, but yeah, he ain't seatbelt.
Bruh, real quick, I just want to ask y'all this because we touched on it earlier before me and Spade give our predictions on this. Do y'all think our defense is just like playing above its skis, or do you think Evero is like just now that he's got everybody figured out in terms of what his guys can do, he's just really showing, you know, how good of a scheme guy he is? What do y'all think? Which one would you lean towards?
I think you can go ahead, bro.
Oh no, I was just saying I think we just get healthy. You know what I'm saying? I think this is just really that. I think it's really just that simple, to be honest. I just think we're getting bodies back. We're getting able bodies back, and I just think we get healthier. So we got real players out there now.
We just got back Wanham and Josie, right? Who else we get back? Oh, Carter.
My bad, it broke up. Say it again.
I was saying, we just got Wanham and Josie back. Who else came back?
No, Wanham and Josie came back. We got I'm trying to think. We moved Smith Wade. We got Troy Hill out there. We moved Smith Wade over. We got Fuller came back too as well, and then we signed Nick Smith ain't back yet. But yeah, bro, it's just like rotational pieces. Clowney still hurt, but I feel like it's rotational pieces on the line, and in the as far as linebackers, we just got like a lot healthier. Because with Wanham, really, bro, it's probably really Wanham, bro. Wanham freed up a lot. He was hurt about 5 games this year.
Yeah. What about you, Spade?
We look like a completely different defense with Wanham out there when you really think about it, because we actually have a threat to pass rush with him on one side, and then you bring Clowney off. Clowney can still bring the juice. We just seen that. It just, he's been his thing his whole career, really. Like, he just kind of takes plays on and off. But that allows Seatbelt, especially with his aggressive style, to cover a little bit more aggressive because we got a pass rush. He's not out there all day. But we didn't have any pass rush at all, where we just focused on damn Ashawn Robinson getting pushed up the middle. Man, we was getting smoked. You know what I'm saying? Like, smoke.
But I would also say it's partly scheme and mentality change a little bit, because they just been more aggressive, which can be, now that he's getting some bodies back, that he feels more comfortable being aggressive. But we're sending a lot more pressure over the past 2 games than we've sent all season. Like,
because they can get home. You know what I'm saying? Because we got bodies that can get home. You can't really send that pressure like that when, you send in we got Troy Hill out there. He wasn't really confident in the secondary. I mean, Xavier Woods he's more of like a run support type type safety. You know what I'm saying? But now the fact that we actually can like get home, you can trust your secondary out there. Everybody in our secondary, I feel like, has really boosted their level of play this last 4 to 5 week stretch. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of helped his play calling a lot. He's probably limited with the play calling based off personnel for a while.
And they haven't had to cover for as long, like, because that pressure is getting home. So, like, Mike Jack, somebody he's clearly fast, like, can use his speed to cover for a few seconds versus having time. And if they can get Derek Brown back, would be huge, because, like, you can tell he's missed in the run game, because they can run through the interior of that D-line. Like, we just don't have a body who can disrupt the run right now.
Yeah.
And hopefully Derek Brown can come back healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. We definitely, he comes back healthy, you know what I'm saying? We getting We draft maybe a couple linebackers. We got Barno out there playing on the edge now. Finally, we're getting some production out of him. DJ Johnson playing a little bit better too. You know what I'm saying? So, like, some of the guys we drafted too are finally developing. It took them a little bit of time as far as our D linemen, but like they're finally kind of developing. We're seeing a little bit here just because they had to get live reps. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, I just think it's. I think we get healthy and we just Wandham helped out a lot, bro. That's why we didn't pay Burns for that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't pay Burns because we could get someone who could be just as disruptive for half the price. You know what I'm saying?
That's some that popped in my head randomly. I meant to ask y'all about that earlier. We didn't stray too far from the predictions, but yeah, as far as the Cowboys game, this is gonna be the first game of the season I actually predicted us winning. I do think we're gonna pull this one out. Cowboys just are terrible, and we're a bad team too, but the Cowboys make way more mistakes than even we do. They're still a heavily penalized team. They can't stop the run game, which is our specialty. And I think Chuba's gonna have a big day through. I'm really predicting 100+ out of Chuba. I think he's gonna really show out. And then I'm expecting to see Bryce continue to pick apart these defenses, bro. So I'm not gonna say we're gonna score a ton, but I will say we can put up 24 points on this team. I think that we're only gonna allow them to score 14. So I'm gonna go 24-14.
Yeah, one off from me. I had 23 points.
Yeah, I have us losing 20-17. I agree with most of what y'all said. My only thing is at the end of the day, they still do have better players in certain key positions. Like Lamb is better than any receiver we have. Micah is still better than any defensive player we have. So I think we can pull it off. And the Cowboys are pretty good at beating other bad teams. It's the average and above average that they can't beat. So I got us losing at 2017. Probably even having the lead at some point, but still they pull it out because I still think they're like hairline better than we are, and it's really they just have actual elite players on both sides of the ball where I don't think we have anyone that you can say is bona fide elite for sure on either side of the ball. Horn is close, but I wouldn't quite put him in that elite category quite yet.
No doubt.
But yeah, so is there anything else y'all fellas would like to add before we wrap up this first video broadcast?
Man, I just want to thank everybody for participating in the giveaway. We had a recent giveaway on Instagram, so just want to thank everyone for participating in the giveaway.
Before we get up out of here, man, Carter, I know you got somewhere to be on time constraint, but let's do a quick trivia, man. We don't gotta rush it, but I think y'all will be able to get this pretty easily. I wanted to do in the vein of all these receivers dropping a whole bunch of passes. I wanted to do reception leaders, not receiving yard leaders, but reception leaders. So this could be running backs, tight end. Well, let me ask you this, because I got both lists. You guys want to do any pass catcher, which would include the C-Max of the world, tight ends, and wide receivers, or you want strictly wide receivers?
We can do wide receivers.
Okay. All right, so these are our top 5 reception leaders. So just receptions not having anything to do with yards. All right.
Smitty.
Got
Musa Muhammad.
Say it again.
Smitty and Musa Muhammad.
Of course. That's 1 and 2. Who's number 3? I got something to share with y'all about this.
Right?
Say it again.
It's just receivers, right?
Yeah, just receivers, Brody.
Yeah, I figured this one would be a little harder. That's why I said receivers. DJ Moore might be 5.
No, he's actually number 3.
Long enough.
He's actually number 3 in terms of receivers. That's the funny thing, fellas. It's like, man, we got dudes who's only here for 3 or 4 years, and they in our top 5. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, DJ is number 3.
Kelvin.
No, Kelvin is not number 3. I mean number 4.
Ted Ginn
is not. a little farther down the list.
Wait, yeah.
What kind
I'll
of
give you
decade?
a
Okay, so it's further than that.
no. I'll give you a
Huh.
hint. He was part of that whole, C-Mac era when we started getting those type of players in and stuff like that. Let me give you a hint here. He followed Ron Rivera to his next team.
Oh, Curtis.
Yeah, I was very surprised to see Curtis this high on the list. But yes, Curtis is
Curtis
high.
Samuels is number 4.
The
He been out. He been out.
fourth most wide receivers. He had 185 receptions over his Carolina Panther career. Yeah,
Yeah, that's all right. Cause he was there. Yeah, he was there a good little bit because he was there for 15 run.
Yeah.
And up until when Ron left, so that would sound right. And then I would have to be, now Country won't there long enough.
They said Curtis Samuels is 4, so that's still crazy.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even know who this dude was, so I can almost guarantee that y'all not gonna know who this guy is. So,
definitely
I'm
Ricky
just gonna go ahead
Prohl or nobody there.
yeah, nah, this dude is actually he's 60 years old. He's our parents' age, so it's like we don't even remember seeing him play, but he was a Pro Bowler. Mark Carrier, yeah, are y'all familiar with him?
Yeah, I've heard the name. I heard the name.
If Kelvin Benjamin had played maybe 2 more games, he probably would have eclipsed him and been a top 5 receiver for us. But no, that rounds out our top 5 receivers. Of course, Smitty and Mooshin right there at the top as they should be. You got DJ Moore coming in at number 3, and then you got Mark Carrier and
Well,
yeah.
Hey, y'all know the vibe. Appreciate y'all for watching. If you still with us, like, comment, subscribe. Shout out to Tar Heels. We got young Bill Belichick out there. I know I'm up here with Duke fans. Y'all don't care, but we coming.
Shout out to Tar Heels playing 500 basketball, man. Salute to y'all.
Yeah, we talking about football, man.
Okay,
ain't nobody say nothing about not basketball.
My bad.
Mind your business.
They're a football school now, allegedly.
Come on, man.
They're a football school, allegedly.
Y'all see the clock? That's a football back there.
Shit, boys don't want to talk about Manny Diaz, how he led these Duke boys. So.
What? Yeah, so on that though, guys, we gonna wrap it up.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate y'all.